The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Friday, the 17th day of May 2024. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Jamal Hartman. He's Larry Marshall Jr. and Teo Dill will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in his news break brought to you by People's Pharmacy. How good is it, good brother?
Everything's well. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm tired. Hey, the humidity is just... It's gonna be a long summer. Yeah.
When you come back, it's not this. It's gonna be very similar too, because the humidity is starting to rise up in Bermuda also.
But you know what's weird to me is, or just I don't know if it's weird. It's just something I dealt with all my life, and you know how you dealt with something all your life, but you still can't get used to it. When you get out of the shower and you're still sweating.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like that feeling.
Yeah. You've heard of altitude training for like distance runners, and so they will call humidity, training in humidity, a poor man's altitude. So I always went back in when I was in college. I always went back in good shape because I trained in the summers in Bermuda because it's humid.
Bermuda had its advantages.
Somewhat.
Yeah. So, folks, if you see me, like I got my towel here, if you see me wiping, don't worry, AC is on, fans on, but it's just my body just it was humidity. It was humid.
Everybody wants a free tip on what to do in humidity for training?
Yes, please, sir.
All right, my Friday tip for when you're in training in humidity. Slow down.
Why Coach always yelling at me, bro?
I'm not saying. You already got the elements against you.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to go so hard? Slow down.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was, and I don't know if it was in my head. Does it impact your breathing?
Yeah, if it depends. But I could see how one could say that, yeah. It's harder. The conditions are making it harder, so your body's working harder. So if it's working too hard, slow down.
Yeah. Slow down, folks. Slow down. I actually have to check my heart rate because I think I spiked to 170 something today while I was running. Coach would tell you that's not good, folks. Suzanne Ingham says, awesome day, Jamal, Larry, and Teo. Mark Arthur C. Phillips said, good morning, TDH fam. Bless up, Jay and brother Larry. Angelina Butler says, I embrace the humidity because it keeps you looking young. Smile. Yeah, you look about 25, Angelina, so I got you, sister. I got you. Tanya Cheeseman says, happy Friday, Larry and Jamal. TGIF. Yes, it is Friday, and greetings to you all. Thanks for making us a part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Kimwana Eve back on the show from Lookie. We're going to be discussing how she continues to help local vendors. We've been talking about vendors on this show quite a lot lately. Some folks for gangs or just questions, but I love what she's doing. So really looking forward to seeing how we can continue to help folks get their products and services to more Bermudian shoppers. The daily players are things you should know. Things you should know. So we're putting Larry's health education to the test this morning, folks. Yeah. So I came across this one. I said, oh, this is a tricky one. I think we got it. So yeah. Yeah, health education. Don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Folks, it is Friday Fun Day first. And if you haven't already, here is the link. If you haven't already, you can sign up on mailboxes.bm backslash or forward slash, whatever you choose, the Daily Hour, to get 2 years of free membership with mailboxes. So again, that is mailboxes.bm slash the Daily Hour. 2 years of free membership to through our partnership. Now, the question for this Friday Fun Day brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. Next week, this time, it's May 24th. That's what we traditionally call it, folks. But, we want to be politically correct and say Bermuda Day, I guess, right? You can't change Bermudians. Bermudians is May 24th. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, forever. All right?
Next Friday is May 24th.
It is May 24th next Friday. So, it is May 24th next Friday, folks. The actual day that the holiday used to fall on. Now, let's go. Let us know. What do you enjoy most about Bermuda Day? Is it the runners? Is it the cycle race? Is it the parade? What about the parade? What about the runners? What do you enjoy most about Bermuda Day? Let us know what you enjoy most about Bermuda Day. But before you answer that, I want to ask, because a lot of people who, live along the running route, that's their day, and then they sit off outside in the yard and enjoy, whatever. Some go on boats. When was the last time you experienced the Bermuda Day Parade? When was the last time you experienced the Bermuda Day Parade?
2 years ago.
2 years ago for you? It was the year before the pandemic for me, 2019. And I walked the whole route with my boys. That was my last year drinking alcohol. Yeah, that was probably one of the reasons I said, let me give myself a break. Yeah. I'm just being real. We walked the entire route. But when was the last time you experienced the Bermuda Day Parade? I probably spilled my drink on 90% of the people there. But we don't do those things right now. We're a bit changed. Well, what do you enjoy most? And when was the last time you experienced it? Shayna Smith says, last year in the rain, I'm still traumatized. Yes, last year it was pouring. And remember, like, the Gumbays were dancing in the rain without their uniforms. Last year looked like it was a time, though.
Yeah, I wasn't there. It looked, but I didn't want to be there.
Sancha, man, I remember Sancha was sending us all of these videos in the group and stuff. It looked like a time. I would have had that kind of fun. I would have enjoyed that kind of fun. But last year in the rain, Angeline Butler says as well, totally enjoyed it. All right. Charles H. Jefferson II, last year in the rain, it was awesome. So everyone kind of had fun in it. Now, in saying that, I'm sure you all don't want rain a second year in a row, right? You don't want rain again this year, right? I mean, it was fun in games, but
not like cup match where it's almost it wants rain every year. But,
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do the rain dance every year, try to keep our cup. But we're not going to go there this morning. We already had said something about them in the group yesterday, and I had to leave before it got nasty. But Mark C. Phillips says it's his birthday. He'll be going to the parade this year for the first time in years. There you go.
I hope you enjoy it.
Why didn't I know all these years his birthday was May 24th? Interesting. All right, so folks, let us know, what do you enjoy most about the parade? What do you enjoy most about the parade? What is it? Gumbays, majorettes? Is it just the camaraderie amongst community? Some of the different cultural floats that go out there. What do you enjoy most about the parade? Larry, what do you enjoy most about the parade itself?
Gumbays. And I'm not a follower or whatnot, but it's just the drums, everything. It just gets you going, from how to get the little children involved to the organization of it. And I guess because I have family who dance Gumbays and beat Gumbays, sorry. It's what I enjoy the most.
Well, I asked the question wrong. What do you enjoy most about Bermuda Day? And I know what you're gonna say.
Oh, yeah, now that is folks. Bermuda Day is the runners.
Okay.
100 and what 15 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
Remember the parade started in the 70s, I think. So that's new. I don't
Mm,
got history on my side, and I love the runners. I will go out and see. Somewhere, I think I've missed seeing the runners once because I was working.
okay. I I'm gonna be honest. I do love the runners. Every year I used to watch them and be like, I'm gonna do it next year, and next year came and went. I'm that guy, and because folks, you all heard how I was talking about my jog this morning and humidity. You know, and Larry, you know how I feel. I think if I were able to run it, the race would have to be earlier.
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
saying.
too late. I've been always said that. I just think it's too late, but I agree.
Yeah, I think the race is too late based on what the conditions usually are. But I enjoy the runners. But I would say overall Bermuda Day, what I enjoy most about Bermuda Day is just community, man, a sense of community, like people out on the streets. We just do things so differently. Like I've been to the Macy's Parade Thanksgiving in New York. Like that's a tourist affair. There's no local, like nothing local about it. I've been to like the Parkway for the West Indian Festival Labor Day. I've been to Boston one. Maybe it's my bias speaking, but the way Bermudians celebrate our heritage, our culture, one another, I just think there's nothing that comes close to it.
Yeah, I would agree.
I love how like people bring their own like foods and picnic their own stuff. I mean, mind you, they don't share it, but it's just well, not with me. They share alcohol. That's what Bermudians will share their alcohol. I mean, that's one thing. I
To an
mean,
extent.
yeah, to an extent. Like you gotta move one drink and move on. Don't stay there all day if you ain't part of that space. But what do you enjoy most about Bermuda Day, audience? Suzanne Ingham says runners. Have you run it before, Suzanne? Diana Gilbert says, watching the parade with my family. Yeah, yeah. Watching the. I wonder if my family's got that spot again this year. Helene Swan says, a juicy day off from work. I think, well, not everyone enjoys a day off from work. Larry might not have one.
More.
Oh, well, I take that back. Um, Diana Gilbert says, seeing people I know in the parade and trying to get a picture of them. LOL. I love that. I love seeing like people I know. My sister under me, she used to be in the parade in majorettes when she was young. I don't remember us taking pictures any. I wonder if she has any pictures. But I love seeing young people I know participating in parade. Hadley Swan says PHC majorettes all the way, no bias. I guess she is a PHC majoretter.
Yeah, I got her in a picture one year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I said the group, I think.
all right. Come on now. I'm sure if the North Village had majorette, she would be in those ones as well. Diana Gilbert says Trina does an excellent job getting people excited. We talking about Power Girl down Front Street. She does do her thing. We gotta love her. I don't know where she finds the energy half the time. Charles H. Jefferson II says, for me, it's the whole day and the celebration of Bermuda. Despite our issues, I think for one day, we're all proud to be Bermudian. Yeah, I would concur. I definitely agree. I love the way that we get out there and support the runners. Like, the way people lift people up. You can see people struggling. Come on, you're almost there. You're almost there. Like the encouragement. Like people need that in everyday life. But when you're out there, you're trying to, you may be running for a cause. You may be doing it just saying, you know what, I want to knock this off my bucket list. You never know why people are running. It could be part of a lifestyle change. But I love the way that we encourage people when they're out on the course.
Yeah, and if I think I'm ran it 8, 9 times. I can't remember.
Mm.
I can remember one negative comment.
Really?
That's it. I can only remember one negative comment. Um it's usually positive from when I was young all the way up to being. No, when I was younger, it was no. I'm for you because you're the young person, especially up in Somerset. Somerset people, when Kevin Smith, Jay had Somerset for Somerset, as we know, the July and August holiday.
Mhm.
But that was very, just looking back, it's been so much encouragement over the years, no matter what place I came. Later
Mhm.
on, when I was, 30th or something, I can't remember.
Mhm.
Uh, it was the same. just genuine good crowd.
Mm. Well, and Angeline Butler has a question for you, Larry. She said, when you ran, did you hear folks, or were you that focused on like running?
It depends. Certain times I wouldn't hear anything, and then other times like it's usually in the spots where it's not much crowd, and you're trying to do something. So the negative person was once it was about 2 or 3 people, and I heard them say something. You know what I mean? And it was just okay. But that's when I would normally hear it in
Mm.
very small groups. But places like Crow Lane, Front Street. I didn't hear nothing. Maybe no, I'm not as focused as I would be if I was
Mm.
to. I am not running. But yeah, it was always a shift for when there's quiet patches.
Yeah. No, indeed. I mean, I can't imagine me running without headphones. I need something blocking like everything out to stay focused. I think the discipline it takes to run that length and just remain focused on the run is something in itself that's not talked about enough. All right, folks, what do you enjoy most about Bermuda Day? Let us know. Tanya Cheeseman says, Gumbe is a day off to relax and do what you please and seeing the community come together. Indeed, indeed. Shamari Sky says, seeing our culture diversity celebrated, our cultural diversity celebrated, he says. Indeed. I love it. Charles H. Jeffs II says, did Larry say he can't remember how many times he ran the race? How many of us can say that? For me, zero.
I can't remember.
I mean, Charles, hey, there's some things we can't remember, I mean, running isn't one of them. Yeah, I mean, I feel like he was calling me out there, inadvertently. But what are your thoughts, audience? What are your thoughts? What do you enjoy most about Bermuda Day? What do you enjoy most about the Bermuda Day holiday? Suzanne England says, run, Jamel. I don't even run to the bathroom. I admire the runners because running is not something I can do. Like Cataline, I enjoy the day off. I do go to my neighborhood 24th of May parade. Oh, yes, we have our own parade. Like you'd like to come. We even have Gumby. She must live in Loyal Hill because Loyal Hill does. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, on the hill.
you all are special.
Make right.
Yeah. Loyal Hill are special people. And I don't mean that in a bad way, folks. Let me be clear. Like Loyal Hill just when the pandemic happened and they said no parade, well, Loyal Hill when they said, oh really?
Hill had the carnival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Loyal Hill does his thing. So folks, if you if you ever feel like anything on a smaller scale, go check Loyal Hill. They'll have things going on for you. But Bermuda Day, man, it's again, there's so much to love about it. To me and many others, it's the unofficial start of summer, right? The unofficial start of summer. I know a lot of people, it's the first time they take a dip in the water, the ocean, I should say, go for their swim. For others, they just love to get out, see the runners. Some people love to do it all, the bikes, the runners, and the parade. I always found it interesting when you would see someone running Bermuda Day and then they'd be outside watching the race up like nothing happened. I'm like, you just ran 13-1,
Yeah. So I wasn't one of those people. I had to wait on, and afterwards I'll come out later. But I couldn't just go through. Some
Mm,
people can do. Everybody's different.
mm.
You know what? Is it a sailing day that day? I want to say it's a boating day also for a good bit of people.
Yeah, I feel like there was some sailing that went on that day.
Maybe if somebody in the audience could help us out.
Yeah, let us know, audience. Charles is out here making promises to himself. He says, Jamal, if St. George's win cart match, let's run 24th of May next year. Maybe you and Teo should take that up. Yeah, I think Teo would jump on board with you,
I'll
Charles.
train you guys. I'll train you.
Bro, with the humidity I experienced this morning, I don't know. If the race was an hour earlier, what time the race starts in Bermuda? 9?
9.
If they started the race at 8, maybe, I'd consider it.
Well, it's difficult because I think it should start at 7.
Okay.
But with humidity, it's actually worse in the early hours because it's just like a blanket that's around. So
Mm.
that becomes where it becomes a bit more difficult because you think, oh, let me get out early in the morning, but you come back and it's dark and you're fully soaked.
Mm.
It's different. That's what makes our summer so bad because there's no break in the at night.
Yeah. And I sweat so easily. Like I walk outside, start sweating. So yeah, it's not easy being me, folks. Bermuda Day, folks. It's Fun Day Friday, brought to you by our friends at Mailboxes. Don't forget, you can get 2 years of free membership from Mailboxes. What do you enjoy most about Bermuda Day? We've got this one. Rosalind Famous says the May 24th outfit. Now, Maya was saying it starts with what's it called? The exhibition, how we get dressed up. I mean, I don't know if people still do it, but Bermuda Day is when the fashion takes center stage, man.
Yeah, I remember, like growing up, you had to have the outfit picked up. It was in town the day before, or somebody ran away. You had options what you should wear, and this look. Then you got older for the day, other for the night. It's huge.
Yeah. Janet Maynard, she says, I love this day. It's an opportunity to catch up with friends you have not seen in a while. Love the gum bears. I try to get to see the cyclists and runners. Indeed. Angela Solini says the fitted dinghy race. Yes. Yes. All right. And question for you, Larry. We've got Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, Mr. Marshall, don't overseas races start like 5 a.m. Boston Marathon, NYC Marathon? Do they that early?
Well, those two examples don't start that early because the weather isn't an issue. When the weather is an issue, 7 a.m., 6 a.m. I don't know about 5. Some, I'm sure at 5, but when weather is an issue, it's usually early.
Well, let's bring Teo in. Don't forget, we've got Kimwana Eve coming up after the break, but we've got Teo. I want to know what Teo's favorite thing about Bermuda Day is. Maybe it's under his covers, away from people and the noise. Let's see.
Hey, morning, fam. Morning, Jake and Larry. And I do have a most favorite component of the Bermuda Day Parade that I'm surprised has not been mentioned.
What?
The Portuguese Association's dancers. That's my favorite part of the whole parade.
I thought of him.
And I tell you why. They're disciplined. They don't have a long routine. Ain't maybe more than, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Steps, right? But they hit them 50 steps tight for the entire route. Look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if y'all can see.
Your little turn.
Hey, it sweets me, man. I love that. I can watch them go for the whole route because they don't miss a step. They don't make a single mistake. Nobody's out of step.
Hey.
I don't know if they're in it every year, though. Some years they take a break.
No, I can see why. For that level of precision, you got trained.
No, but I thought about him this entire time. I was thinking about him like, Portuguese dancers.
I'm telling you, but that's my favorite part. Well, also, and this is something that's changed over the years. I don't know if y'all have noticed this. You remember when we were small, the majorettes will come out, and this is not any diss to any specific majorette company, but it seemed like a lot of the girls weren't really happy to be there. like they're smiling, you know, and the body language was just, my mama signed me up, so I guess I'm right. But now it's like a Beyonce video or something. Like they're all the way in.
They're happy.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So we also have to remember a lot of dance groups have came about and less majorettes groups too. So
yeah, that's true.
Because again, think about the discipline having to do all of that versus just memorizing steps.
But
yeah.
You know what else when we were young? You guys don't remember. I don't remember this happening in 2019. If it still happens, it must be rare. But remember, back in the day, Bermuda Day Parade used to start with the horses.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Don't do that anymore, right?
No.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I think it may be
bikes over?
No. I don't know if y'all remember. This was years ago now when because there used to be more horses in town.
Right.
But I think a tourist was injured by like a runaway horse or something like that. And I think one of the consequences of that event was that having horses in town was it just no longer allowed in the same way they used to be. Because they're animals, and like the risk was always there, but it finally expressed itself. Now, don't quote me. I'm not sure if that's the reason, but I feel like it was the horses were there until that happened, and then that was it.
Yeah, the horses, man, and the horses would come, and then the Bermuda Regiment would come, and back then the Bermuda Regiment had like 70 people in the band. Now it looks like 7. They got to get the numbers up.
And that's when you got a volunteer driven band. I mean, it's just not going to be as big.
You're like you're taking a shot there, bro.
No. Honestly, that's kind of bigging y'all up. Like it's one of the unintended consequences of the end to conscription. The regiment band is no longer as fresh as it used to be.
We had Major Simons on yesterday, folks. If you don't look, it's 2 things people in school. And when you was in high school, everybody loved music class. There's guys who play at the drums, right? They either went 2 places: church couldn't play the band, right? Or into the regiment. Now, Two-Stick changed the game back in the day. Now they want to start doing bands. They don't need to go to church. They don't need to go to the regiment. Don't play in band. These folks are out there playing and well, the live parties.
I got to news.
All right, well, to completely change gears, this is a tragic story that just was published late last night. A 61-year-old woman died yesterday morning in the East End. According to acting BPS Commissioner Naima Astwood, 911 was called just before 11 a.m. on Thursday regarding a suspected mental health emergency in the Wellington Slip Road, St. George's area. Officers found a 61-year-old local woman who had become distressed and then unresponsive, and she was rushed to hospital where she was sadly pronounced dead. That's all we know at this point. But obviously our condolences to the friends and family of that woman.
Yeah, for sure. Sending love for sure, man.
Now, the Smiths North by-election is fast approaching next week, and Bermuda Youth Connect has set up a series of live interviews with the 3 candidates to help young people in particular get a better sense of their options. The 3 candidates, PLP's Lindsey Simmons, the OBA's Robert King, and Independent Sir John Swan, will be live on BYC's YouTube page today at 10 a.m., Sunday at 10 a.m., and again at 2 p.m. to talk about their plans for Constituency 10 specifically and Bermuda more generally.
Good on them. I mean, no disrespect to either candidate, but good on them. Good on Bermuda Youth Connect for doing that.
Yeah, no, it's a good look. Have you guys projections for that by-election? Have they changed at all, or we're all still pretty sure Sir John's going to win?
I don't think Sir John's going to win as of right now. I think that if I'm just reading the room right now, I think that Lindsey Simmons has a great chance at this point. Okay,
what changed, man?
For me, I just think that she has advantages with the government, doing the little things not like they'll matter after she gets elected, but doing the things that mess with the psyche of voters, like picking up trash, the stuff that she's doing, right?
Oh, I got you.
That kind of stuff, it works for the psyche of voters, even though it shouldn't. And I say this respectfully. When you don't have mature voters, that's the kind of stuff that they go toward, right? When they're not emotionally and mentally mature to vote on the issues of the day, rather than vote on the emotions and that the person's making you feel at the time, if that makes sense.
No, I got you.
That's an advantage I think she has.
So okay. I never thought Sir John was in the runnings. I think it just excited people a bit. And being in the constituency, I think Robert King is going to go for the headway. So okay. I think he'll get in. That's my thoughts.
I think it may change. I think my opinion may change, but I just feel like reading the room. I think what many people thought, Sir John and King may knock each other out and give way to Lindsey Simmons.
I think his can pull from Simmons' votes.
Oh, okay.
With that was always my working theory of this particular by-election. That is, Sir John has sufficient cross-party political capital that he's going to depress the vote for both of them, kind of thing. But just to get back to the news, though, because I got some cool stuff coming up. You've heard of the ongoing crackdown on tax havens around the world that typically focuses on small island states, including Bermuda, right? Well, according to a recent statement from a UK cabinet minister, a sitting member of the government, nearly 40% of dirty money is laundered in London, like London, and UK crown dependencies. A recently published article in The Guardian quotes the UK's Deputy Foreign Secretary Andrew Mitchell, urging Cayman and the British Virgin Islands in particular to implement UK law requiring public registers of funds. Secretary Mitchell shared this is intended to stop the flow of dirty money, often stolen from Africa and Africans by corrupt businessmen, crooked politicians, and straight-up warlords. Interestingly, he focuses much less explicitly on the City of London's role in this space than he does on our sister overseas territories. Just to underline this point, I got a quick explainer on how and why London is considered to be the money laundering capital of the world.
Wow.
According to the World Bank, Britain is one of the easiest places anywhere to create a company.
Is the UK the best place to set up a shell company? Certainly you would put the UK in the top 5, let's say, including the overseas territories, because it's just so easy to register a company here.
And in one part of the UK, it's even simpler.
Scottish limited partnerships are a type of company that is only available in Scotland, and they have fewer reporting requirements than the rest of the UK. You don't have to file accounts, for example. If turnover is under a certain amount, you can actually say that the company is involved in business, but you can provide no record of what that business actually entails.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? Like, you can set up a business and basically declare nothing about it to the state. So this is why I think this is important. Keep it in mind whenever you see somebody with a British accent complain about tax havens on the news, on the internet or something, because chances are they're currently living, legislating, and or affecting policy in one of the most significant tax havens on the planet. That is to say, the City of London.
But they pick on the small guys.
Exactly. They are the apex predator in this space. And then finally, to help build on Maya's update about summer camp availability yesterday morning, there's a new online portal for parents to get informed about the range of public summer camps and to sign up their kids in a more efficient, easy way. This from Minister of Culture and Sport, Owen Darrell, during a press event yesterday afternoon where he broke down what the new Camp Connect website can do for you.
The government has been able to increase capacity. An additional 850 spots are available over the summer break for more children to attend these camps. We have also been able to extend the time of camp duration. Camps will be available from July 1st to September 6th this year. The duration will vary between camps, so it is important that you visit the website for availability.
Isn't that a longer period than normal?
Yes, much longer. Government summer day camp usually ends the week of cup match or the week after cup match, and it's just a logistical nightmare for parents trying to find
somewhere else to put them.
Props to the government for fixing it, because I know that was trouble before, man.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, the public-private collaboration just for the betterment of the community. It just got done. Different stakeholders are going to benefit, and it's here for the community. So props to the government for this.
Yeah,
like everybody wins. And the other cool thing is that the cost for each camp is still $60 per week per kid. And the link goes live Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. You can find it at sportsandrec.bm. Now, as far as the weather's concerned, lingering northwesterly low pressure should keep the skies gray and rainy for most of today. The most interesting characteristic are the gusty winds we're going to get, which should persist overnight. Things will settle down over the weekend with the skies clearing out by Sunday due to the return of dominant high pressure. So there we are.
All right, Larry, what you got for days of the year?
Today is World Telecommunications Day.
Telecommunications. Taylor, what do you know about telecommunications?
That when we were at Inter Island Communications, the Telecommunications Commission used to be mad at us pretty consistently.
Hey, they can't regulate us now, right?
I don't think there's any local regs when it comes to online streaming, so we're straight.
Now, all right,
They know.
You know what's coming next? Ah, damn it, we just opened the big bombs. This is why
My
we
bad.
bro. Tay, have a great weekend, man.
I take care of y'all. Sorry about that. Bye.
That's God. All right, folks. Taylor Dill for you. We're gonna take a quick break. We're coming back to Kimwana Eve. We're Lookie. We're gonna be talking about how she's helping local vendors, man. This is brilliant. So stick with us. We'll be back in give us 2 minutes, 24 seconds. How's that?
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's, I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
It took 14 days to build your business plan. 6 months to build the courage to leave your day job. 3 weeks to find the perfect location. It took 10 days to outfit your space just right. And 1 day before your first client walked in the door. All totaled, it took you a full year to get your business operational. And this is just the beginning. To the entrepreneurs, the risk takers, the people that shape our economic community, we salute you and are here for you every step of the way. BEDC, providing knowledgeable, progressive, professional, and innovative support to Bermuda businesses.
Noah's Ark, the largest and most trusted pet supply store for almost 30 years. Not only have you watched us grow, but we've grown together, keeping the needs of your pets first, offering advice and giving back to the community. Shop online, choose delivery, or visit us in Devonshire. And with the Egg Show in view, we will continue our yearly support and help you find everything you need for one of Bermuda's most favorite community events. See you soon.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show. Larry Marshall Jr. I am Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medicals, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Do not forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Without further ado, let's bring our guest in for the day. We've got Kimwana Eve from Lookie. Let's give her a warm TDH welcome. Greetings. How are you?
Good morning, Jamal. Good morning, Larry. I am wonderful this morning.
The last time I saw you, Maya and I were harassing you and begging you to let us ask you a question about, I think, what the politic people that just know, the by-election, remember?
Yes, yeah.
She was nervous, folks. She said, well, I've been busy working. And she's been busy working. And in fairness to her, I just want to say this. When you get busy working, when you're an entrepreneur, when you're doing your thing, politics takes a step back. That's just the reality of it. So we appreciate what you're doing, Kimwana, and hopefully today people have a better idea of what it is you do, how you're doing it, how they can benefit from it as well. So those who may not know, just remind people of who you are and what it is that you do with Lookie.
Thank you, Jamal. My name is Kimwana Eve. I am the founder of Lookie. And Lookie is Bermuda's premier artisan shop. What does that mean exactly? So we curate and we showcase locally made products in store in one location.
Nice.
Okay. It don't get no better than that. How has Lookie been received by the public? I know that last month we had Jamila on, and we actually had a conversation based on a Twitter status made by someone in Bermuda who owns a brick and mortar, and just concerned, just saying, you know, with all these vendors and vendor markets that are taking place, you know, how it may impact the you know, brick and mortars and the like. But how has it been received from the public? Have you received a lot of support? Have people been excited by the opportunities that they can just get local products?
Yes, so the support has been well received by both the vendors who join and are still joining and want to join the pop-up, and the public. It's been I would say that it's a myth where people say Bermudians don't support local businesses. And I think the challenge was we just didn't know how to find them. You know, it wasn't convenient. So the fact that I have right now in store close to 40 local vendors in one space, Bermudians walk in and they are excited because they can, whether they're buying for staff appreciation, teacher appreciation, they're traveling, they have guests coming, whatever the case is, they can come in and they can say, all right, I want 10 of this, 10 of this, 10 of this. And they've created, you know, a taste of Bermuda at their own leisure.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea, I know you mentioned someone at retail spoke about the vendors kind of taken away from the retail space. Well, put yourself in the shoes of a vendor, because if you create 3 products, right? To go brick and mortar is not even an option. It's just not realistic. So the fact that I have provided that space and close to 40 vendors can provide their 3, 5, 4 products, I think it kind of speaks to being innovative and possibly taking some of that market space where people are constantly having markets and, you know, joining the brick and mortar, those who are brick and mortar retail.
Yeah, I think you touched on innovation, and I completely agree. It's brilliant. This is something that should have happened a long time ago in Bermuda. You know, you're trying to find stuff and but they stay up Somerset, but they work full time. It's just not.
Yeah.
But you mentioned earlier about the vendors, and I want you to go a little deeper. So how have the vendors responded to the opportunity Lookie offers?
So, okay, let me just say this. Not everybody is in business to do business. With that being said, I have vendors who are like, this is a no-brainer. Hands on, I'm taking advantage of the opportunity, sign me up today. Then I have vendors who still believe this is an amazing, innovative opportunity, but they're not willing to take the risk, if that's how I can say it. So all around, they all agree that is a no-brainer, but not all of them care to join at this moment. And I'm not here to like persuade and coax anybody, but you don't know who's walking through these doors. If you sell a $3 bag of popcorn and you might have a few events a year, I give you a space where you're selling out of this 3 bags of popcorn every other day. So it's just having people being willing to change their mindset. And I understand, like, if you're a vendor, you've never had the opportunity, you've never had a consistent platform, so you don't think like that. But now having this consistent platform, and as we started out, I started out saying that I'm a pop-up. I'm operating as a pop-up right now, but I will be transitioning to full-time because I want to give vendors the opportunity to plan out the year, to figure out, you know, how they're going to scale their business, what does it look like to be in a storefront, you know, do some market research. So it's just a matter of mindset that has to change for some vendors if they are in business to do business. If they want to stay in that hustle mindset, then, to each his own. But I am definitely here to level up things for vendors.
Awesome. Awesome. What kind of products can people currently find at the Lookie pop-up?
So we kind of have two lanes. Majority of the products are locally made. So we have, the candles, the body oils, the facial creams, the body butters, the hair products, the skin products, the food items, the branded, Bermuda products, the art, the greeting cards. That's a set of items. Then I have lots of vendors who reach out who they don't have an item that is, let's say, Bermuda made, but they bring in this specific item. And I like to say how I differentiate from who's in the store if the item isn't Bermuda made. Is it seasonal? Like we're coming up on the summer season. So is it gonna sell for the season? And is it unique? Is it unique to Bermuda? Like I don't want to sell something that you can go to the store next door and get that just doesn't make any sense. So I have two different types of vendors. There's who are creating things specific to Bermuda, and then there's who are bringing in items, but they are unique to Bermuda.
So real quick, when would you tell a vendor, no thanks, we're not looking to that's right now Lookie it's not the place for you?
If you sell, I don't know, Nike sneakers, that all of these sneakers stores sell.
Okay.
It's just like, why wouldn't they go over there and get them if that's,
Okay.
the real, yeah.
All right. If I'm a brand new vendor, how can I get in touch with you?
So you can follow me on social media at Hey Lookie on both Instagram and Facebook. You can email info@heylookielookie.com. You can call me at 735-LOOK. So that's 735-5665. And if you see me on the street, we can have a conversation. If I had everyone who's reached out, if they were in store, we would easily be at 100 vendors. So it's definitely a need. And I like to say, your business is my business. And I understand as a small business or a micro business owner, when you're in the mood of creating your product, to market it, it's a whole nother process. And that's not everybody's strong point. Not everybody likes to interact with people, even though once you get a product, you become a salesman. So I am answering a lot of questions I am solving a lot of problems for a lot of vendors. So those who have things sitting at home that they do want to share with Bermuda, they can approach me and we can, possibly get them in store.
Cool. You're on mute, Jamel.
Oh, sorry. This segment I really enjoy. Thank you to the BDC for doing this monthly with us segment, Vendor Fridays. But I want to talk about challenges. Like, what are some of the challenges that vendors are facing, and just speak to how what you're doing is helping them overcome that.
So some of the challenges is product. As we know, is no surprise. Shipping in Bermuda is wild, both the cost and the how quickly you're getting your product. So we have vendors who need special things to make their product, and it might have got in Bermuda on Monday, and on Friday they're still waiting for it. That is a problem that I would like to address with the powers that be. How can we as small business owners get some type of relief? Because we shouldn't have to pay the same duty as an individual who's just bringing in a product. So some of the challenges are having the product on the shelf because again, they're not used to providing large quantities. They're not used to selling out as quickly. So there's a good problems, but we are here to solve those problems. And another challenge would be consistently showing up marketing their product. So vendors create, but they don't like to put themselves out there. Like their social media might be it doesn't have a lot happening. Like they're not pushing on social media. And there's who are pushing on social media. The collaboration of myself and them, it definitely shows. We have meet and greets where the vendors come in store on a Saturday, particularly, and sell their product, and that is very apparent. Like they make sales. You're the expert, you're the best person to sell your product, but it really works for them because unlike a market, the product's here, so they just come in, put their bags down, stand by their display, and sell their product. And when they're done, they leave. Another selling point is that we take card. Lots of people are cashless today. Like, let's be realistic. They don't support the markets because they don't have cash. Do I understand why a vendor doesn't take cards? For sure, 100%. But when we can do that as a collective, then it makes sense.
We've got quite a few comments on Instagram. And again, folks, on Instagram, we don't have direct way to share. So I'll just read some of them. Kama App 35 says, this is an amazing opportunity to showcase Bermuda's entrepreneurs. Someone says, great job, Kimwana, for this initiative. Agree, very innovative, and also agrees, my distinct apparel agrees that it is a myth. Local support local brands, and has been proven over the last 15 years or so with local designers, chefs, and artists. So I agree with you there. And audience, if you have any questions or comments for Kimwana, send them through. We'll get through as many as possible. Charles A. Chefs II, he's asking over on YouTube, I love this. Do you bring your vendors together to share ideas and or to support each other?
For sure. So we have some vendors who have done their handwork and their products sell. So there's techniques or there's strategies I share with other vendors. We actually had we had a market for the staff of St. Regis this week where I gathered all the products in store. Myself and team members went down to St. Regis for their staff, and we hosted a vendor market for the staff. And unlike other markets, you're not guaranteed the traffic. We were busy. The market opened at 3:00. It closed about 5:30. We were busy the entire time. And these are the sort of things that vendors are willing to, pack up and truck along for when you're actually gonna make some impact. But we're always looking to be innovative and convenience. For me, as a mom of 3, like convenience is key. And I know convenience comes with a price tag, but if it's not convenient, it's just not gonna work.
Agreed.
Indeed. Diana Gilbert says you have to put the time in or your business will succeed. Kimwana, there are people that may be on the fence. They have great business ideas, but again, it takes time, right? It takes investment. What advice would you give someone who's on the fence about, maybe bringing that idea to fruition and approaching you about having their product available at Lookie?
Because it's a no-brainer, they should have their product in here. I would think that they're on the fence because that has something to do with meaning. Is their product viable? Like, do they really have a good product? Because I'm not a miracle worker, but product sells. Why? Because I'm good at it, first of all. Second of all, if you have a quality product, it is gonna sell. The amount of people that come in here and the type of person. So we have in the morning, we have a lot of these seniors or the retired people who come in, who get to browse, who you wouldn't get at a market. Then midday, we have the people who work, corporate, so they're here on the lunch hour. We have in the afternoon, those who might have picked their children up from school, so they're coming in. So if you're on the fence, I think that might have something to do with self and the actual product that you have. If it's a good product, it is gonna sell, and I have no doubt in saying that.
Indeed. Kimwana BDA asks, do you work with people overseas? Just real quickly for clarity, are you saying Bermudians overseas, Kimwana BDA? Just add some clarity to that, but I'll let Kimwana answer anyway.
So I have a vendor who will be coming in store pretty soon. She's a Bermudian and she creates product in the UK. So she will be sending me some of her merchandise and I will be selling it for her. It'll be the same process. Once you get in store, I keep you very abreast of what's selling, what isn't selling, just how things are going. Unlike in other retail spaces where you might have local products, I like to say in other spaces, your product is the icing on the cake, right? So that business is going to operate whether you're in or you're out. With Lookie, you are a part of the cake. So I value you. What you have matters. I keep you abreast. I pay you on time. Because without you, I don't have business. So you matter. So I'm going to make sure that it's a quality product.
Indeed. B. Denise Holland says, it's an awesome concept. I went in this week and took a look and made a small purchase. And that brings us to my final question, which someone in the audience is going to ask. Diana Gilbert asking, where are you located?
Thank you to those who have purchased and continue to purchase. We are located inside the Washington Mall on the lower level near the English Market and the sushi bar. It used to be a furniture store here a very long time ago. But if you follow us on social media, you would see more detail on where we're located. But that's where we are, in the Washington Mall, the newer side, the lower level.
Alrighty. Kimwana, thank you. Honestly, I smile every time I see a post, and even Maya and I bumped into you in town and we're begging you to come on camera with us. It was nice to see you. I think what I like to see is people doing what they love and smiling doing it. And I think you are really enjoying what you're doing. Entrepreneurship is very simple, right? It's literally finding that gap and filling it. And I think you've done a great job of filling that. And you're assisting, you're helping people along the way to really realize their dreams and helping them to fulfill something for them. So thank you for being a friend of the show, continuing to push many local vendors. And my hope is that, not only do people continue to go in and purchase, but folks, if you have an idea, reach out to us, see if it's a good fit. If you have something uniquely Bermudian, reach out to us. I know we've tried to give as many people this platform as possible. But I think what you're doing is something that can't be understated. Like it can't. When I saw the comment about the brick and mortars, my simple thing was, well, what opportunities do you offer to local vendors to put their products in there, right? We didn't talk about margins today. What are the margins in some of them? Some stores want margins that make no sense for certain vendors. So it's so much more to it. We've just touched the surface, but once again, thank you. And just remind people where they can find you on social media.
Thank you, Jamel. Hey, Lookie on Instagram and Facebook. We do have a website, heylookilookie.com. You can email info@heylookilookie. And call at 735-LOOK. We are open to taking on more vendors, especially those who have unique products to Bermuda, whether it's food, whether it's art, whether it's things that you make, design, all of it.
Yeah, and Karen Simmons says, I have made purchases on a regular basis, great finds all in one place, products I use regularly. Let's do it, folks. Let's get out there. Let's keep supporting local. Kimwana Eve, thank you so much. Lookie, stay doing what you do. Talk soon.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
All right.
Kimwana, folks, if you appreciated that conversation, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you get out there and support what she's doing. I absolutely love everything about it. You should too. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 1 minute, 30 seconds. Someone's going to be eligible to win this week's prize. And also, we're going to test Larry's knowledge. Health education coming up, folks.
All right, here we go.
Considering the increasing challenges faced by financial institutions exasperated by market volatility, the need for insurance protection is a critical component of the risk management framework. At Friesenbrook, our priority is to safeguard your assets with the most optimal and cost-effective risk management cover. Therefore, we deliver a full suite of competitive insurance products to protect your business. Call us on 296-3600 to learn more about our broking services.
Take a look at our workwear for construction workers and tradesmen. Durable, stretchable in all the right places and plenty of options for tools and accessories. Paired with our wide range of tough and comfortable footwear, you can't go wrong. As you can see, Medical House really is a one-stop shop for everybody. We can't wait to see you.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
All right, welcome back to the Big Show. Thanks again to Kimwana, Eve, Lookie for joining us today. Folks, do us a favor. If nothing else, just give us a like, a love, thumbs up. Please share this conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. We want to beat the algorithm. We want to support Kimwana, Eve, Lookie, and all of the vendors. They're the only way we can do that is if we beat the algorithm. So make sure you're sharing it with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Send it via WhatsApp, the link, so that we can ensure that as many people who, well, may want to save some money, support locals, and shop, have the opportunity to do that. All right. Thanks again to the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Windows, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we can do this with you on a daily basis. It is time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Well, as of this morning, it's X.com, so no more Twitter. X and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right. It's the things you should know. If someone guesses the answer correctly before Larry on my screen, the first one shows up on my screen, will be the final name entered into this week's draw. Here is the question, Larry Marshall Jr. How many ribs do humans have? What'd you say?
24.
The man got it. The man got it. I can't see his hands, so I don't know if he Googled, folks. His hands are, I don't know, folks, but he said 24. He said 24. He beat you.
I can't remember if it's 8 on each side or 12 on each side. I can't remember.
Yeah, you said 16 for us. I was like,
Human anatomy and all that in college.
That's why I was testing your health education. I know what you studied. So, all right, the brother, we couldn't trick him this week, folks. All right, so what we're going to do, we'll do the Daily Hour hashtag giveaway since Larry done spoiled it and, wouldn't let you all win. Yeah, that's all he is. That's all he is. So, hashtag the Daily Hour as we wrap it up. This guy really got it. I try to get him. I'll be honest with you, folks. I try to get him. I say, it's going to be under pressure. He's going to forget. Yeah, I wouldn't have got it. I'd have guessed 60-something. But anyway, that's me. I'm going to slow down. Let's wrap it up there, Larry. What final thoughts on today's show? Obviously, Bermuda Day, what people enjoy most about it, and the conversation with Kimwana.
Yeah. Bermuda Day, next week this time, you'll be all in the thick of it. The first runners, maybe, the race be starting.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that just is the freshness to it. And no matter what it is, everybody's different. Just enjoy it and enjoy it with people. Embrace it, if you got what I mean. And if that means you be by yourself, be by yourself.
Yeah.
Lookie. I love it. It's innovative. I've seen it. I haven't been in there. I plan to go in there now. Sometimes you see things and you don't know what it is, but it just makes sense. Like, it's so many times we're looking for different things, whether it's food or something, and we want to support Bermudian, but we just don't know. So I'm glad, and I hope it flourishes to the next level, to whereas it will be multiple locations for stuff like that. So kudos to her.
Yeah. As far as Bermuda Day, man, honestly, I love everything about it. I can't think of something that I don't like. Seeing people in the rain last year, I loved everything about that. The rain was not going to stop us from enjoying our day. And I just wish we had more Bermuda days, if that makes sense. I just wish we had more days. As far as the what Kimwana's doing, I appreciate it. I know that some who have brick and mortar stores may be challenged and feel like, vendors have advantages. They don't have to pay this or pay that. But it's about being innovative. It's about doing things differently. It's about finding ways to succeed in a space where it's so much more difficult, right? The cost of doing business is so much higher, right? The margins are much tighter. I appreciate that someone had the foresight to do something like this and give people an opportunity to sell their ideas and their services and their products. So I'm grateful, and I hope that more vendors pop up, and in turn, more people continue to support what it is that Lookie's doing. All right, let's do the giveaway. Well, let's do the hashtag first, see who's going to be the final name in there, and then we'll do my little red cup giveaway. Let's do it. Where's the drum roll? Drum roll, please. Here we go. Who's going to be the final name? Where's my marker? Here we go. All right. Is Karen in there already? I do have a rule. No, she's not. So let's enter Karen Edward Simmons. All right. So it's going to be between Diana Gilbert, Stacy Ann, Rosalind, and NTS today. So let's see who's it going to be in the red cup. I'm going to start using the Daily Hour cup because I know you're always like, come on, bro, let's get better. This is a little cool,
You're walking around with your red cup.
Yeah. All right. So shake it again. I did. Look, let's see what we got. See what name we got. What do we have? NTS. Congratulations. Send us an email at the daily. Engage at thedailyhour.com. So engage at thedailyhour.com, NTS. Send us an email. Congratulations, you are this week's winner. Send that email today. Engage at thedailyhour.com. But all of your winners, keep playing. You will get a chance to win something. We have some big news coming up. Again, as we said during our anniversary show last week, we will be having the 1000th episode live. We do have a date for that. We will send you the date in due time. We'll also be having a bunch of events around that many of you may want to be a part of. So some interesting and fun things coming up with the Daily Hour. Larry, you got some daily inspiration for us?
I do. Happy Friday. Here's to all of us who made it through another week of faking adulthood.
I'm sorry, that's funny. Faking adulthood, that's what we do. Hey.
A little laugh quote to end your work week, folks.
We made it though, folks. We made it. Karen Simmons, to answer your question, she says, how do I sign up for the live game show? To be a contestant on Bermuda Trivia, the game show, send an email to contact@bermudatrivia.com. So contact, if you'd like to be a contestant on Bermuda Trivia, the game show, they will be recording for that will start at the end of June. All right. End of June into July. So if you want to be a contestant, just reach out. Bermuda's game show. It will be fun. Larry, she said that's the best laugh this morning. Kathy Ann Painter. Thinking adulthood. That was something to go off and on a great weekend. All right, folks. Don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Tuesday. there will be no live show on Monday. You have an extended weekend away from us. And because it's a holiday, next week, there will be only 3 shows next week. All right? Tuesday through Thursday. Folks, he's Larry Marshall Jr. I'm Jamel Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great weekend. We are is out. Peace.